These are your evening headlines for March 9th, 2026, right here on BYU-Idaho Radio. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Kimber Pierce. There's a new king of the bands at BYU-Idaho. Last weekend, bands from around Rexburg competed at BYU-Idaho's Battle of the Bands event.
And the winner goes to Crimson Ridge!
At Battle of the Bands this weekend, 8 student bands went head-to-head playing rock songs to find out who is the best in Rexburg. The competition featured a variety of bands, from Dahlia, who won last year, to Grey City, a Spanish rock band, and Rot, who formed their band just weeks before the competition. The songs ranged from a rock cover of Taylor Swift's Blank Space, performed by A-Frame, to Carry On My Wayward Son by Kansas, performed by Crimson Ridge. And of course, at the end of the rock battle, 2 winners were chosen, one by judges and one by the audience. Crimson Ridge, a band competing for the second time this year, won the judges' vote. Hannah Fryer, a singer in Crimson Ridge, is proud of her band's performance.
We are so stoked that we won. It was an incredible show on all bands' parts, so we're very honored to have this title.
And a familiar face won the Crowd Favorite Award. Dahlia won Battle of the Bands last year and has since built a community of music lovers and friends who came to support them again at the battle. Lead singer Dahlia Ball says this moment means a lot to her.
We won crowd vote, and I just love the fact that we have such a supportive community and like a really strong, solid fan base almost, you know? Like they were just chanting our name before we even came out there, so it was just really cool to see that.
You can listen to our interview a few weeks ago with lead singer Dahlia Ball on our podcast feed. Both bands were eager to go out there and do their best. Here's Willie from Crimson Ridge.
Personally, I just really wanted to outdo myself from last year, and I think we all did a really good job of doing that. Apparently we killed it, so I feel really good about this performance.
If you come out to our shows, our only goal is really to just lift everybody in that room using the talents that we have and just bringing joy and the special energy that is only felt with live music.
You can find Crimson Ridge on Instagram and Facebook at Crimson Ridge Band, and you can find Dahlia on Instagram at dahlia.ddahlia. Both bands plan to continue playing their music going forward. For BYU-Idaho, I'm Kimber Pierce. The Idaho House of Representatives approved an additional 1% budget cut. The bill now moves to Governor Brad Little's desk for approval or veto. According to the statement of purpose of Senate Bill 1331, the bill will reduce the budget for fiscal year 2026 by $192 million. The bill also states that 110 jobs will be eliminated as part of the cuts. Senate Bill 1331 was approved by the House in a 48-22 vote. All 9 Democrats were joined by 13 Republicans in voting against the bill. Notably, a large block of Eastern Idaho representatives voted against the bill, including Britt Raybould and John Weber of Rexburg, as well as Representative Stephanie Mickelson of Idaho Falls and Representatives Ben Furman and Josh Wheeler of District 35, which covers Shelley and the surrounding areas. On the House floor, Representative Raybould voiced her concerns with the bill.
I think we owe Idahoans a transparent process that shows them from beginning to ending what it looks like. If I look at this 49-page bill right now and I were to say to you, go in and find the information for any one particular agency, and I was to ask your average Idahoan to do the same, I think they'd be hard-pressed to find information.
The Idaho Capital Sun reports that earlier in the legislative session, that Governor Little's budget office expressed concerns with an additional 1% cut. The governor has 5 days to either sign the bill into law or veto the measure. If Governor Little vetoes the bill, it would take a 2/3 majority to override his veto. 2/3 of members of the House voted to approve the bill, while the vote in the Senate was significantly tighter at 18-17. If the governor doesn't sign the bill into law after 5 days, it will automatically become law. It's a wrap for Rootstech 2026 in Salt Lake City. The world's largest family history conference has ended, but that doesn't mean the learning is over. Brandon Isle tells us more.
Rootstech 2026 brought people together in their family history journey, both in person and online. The in-person conference was last week and attracted thousands of people to the Salt Palace Convention Center. Millions of more people joined online with the help of 10 global MCs who ushered them through the content in multiple languages. The in-person conference featured keynote speakers, classes, and an exhibit hall full of family history-related businesses and societies, including a group of 4 BYU-Idaho students who have been working on a website in conjunction with Family Search. It helps people see if they have any friends nearby. Joseph Earl says they input their hometown, high school, and some other information.
We've had quite a few people today try it out, scan it, and make some connections. A couple people were really close. I think the closest one we've had so far was 3 miles away, so that's kind of cool.
Keynote speakers are a major attraction of the conference. Steve Young spoke on Saturday. We caught up with him after his speech and asked him how to encourage youth to be disciple leaders in all aspects of their life.
If you think about discipleship, try to form your life so you're not out there looking for a gift to yourself. What can you give to others? It's kind of basic, but hard to do.
We also talked to one of the global MCs, Junior Tovar, who is a recent BYU-Idaho graduate from Bolivia. He was in charge of the Spanish language interviews and content for Rootstech, an opportunity he received after interning with Family Search.
No, the studio of the interviews and a proud BYU-Idaho student, and that's what it's all about. We represent the school.
The final keynote of the conference was part of Family Discovery Day, where Elder Ronald A. Rasband of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and his wife, Sister Melanie Rasband, spoke to the crowd. Elder Rasband put our lives into perspective.
Every act of faith, every testimony shared, every righteous choice strengthens not only our own lives, but the generations yet to come as we seek to leave a legacy of faith and devotion anchored to the beloved Son of God, our Savior, Jesus Christ.
You can find the video of sessions online at rootstech.org. For BYU-Idaho Radio, I'm Brandon Isle.
These have been your BYU-Idaho Radio evening headlines for March 9th, 2026. Thanks for tuning in. More news, interviews, and great content are available on our podcast feed. Search for BYU-Idaho Radio on your favorite podcast apps. We are on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and more. For BYU-Idaho Radio, I'm Kimber Pierce.